So let's now understand the time of eating, or chrono-nutrition as it is called. So understanding the impact of what time you eat on your health. That is called chrono-nutrition. It's a very interesting science. And when you study the human systems in relation to time, it is called chronobiology. All human systems when they're studied in relation to time. So chrono-nutrition is very interesting because there are a lot of studies, and I'm going to talk to you about those, which were conducted. So human tendency is to, since Stone Age, is to eat in the early part of the day. So, people used to go hunting and eat when the sun is high up in the sky. Your digestion is known to be best at that point. So you eat in the early part of the day, and as the day goes on, you wean off calories. So they would stop eating as the sun would go down. This was the general human tendency. So today, if you notice, we are doing just the opposite. We eat at 10 p.m., 11 p.m. I know people who are eating so late. They are sleeping at about 3 a.m., getting up at maybe 11 a.m. And this is changing the entire bodily processes. And that's causing that also impacts your immune system. So there are studies there were these studies that were conducted on healthy individuals. And these individuals never bothered about what they ate. Only the time of feeding was looked into when they studied these people. So it was found that those who were of healthy weight, they had their midday meal before 1 p.m. That was the thing. And they had their late meal by 7 p.m. And that was a lighter meal. So the main meal, the main calories that they consumed was around 1 o'clock, and the late meal was around 7 o'clock. And the study did not look into the composition of their diet, what they ate, whether they ate vegetables, whether they ate sweets, nothing was looked at. So I found that particularly interesting because a lot of people who don't want to bother too much about what they're eating, they just want to be healthy by magic. So maybe if you look into timings or chrono-nutrition, you will definitely be benefited, because it was found that these people who ate their midday meal by 1 o'clock and their dinner by 7 o'clock did not have diabetes to a ripe old age. They had longer lifespans. They had no metabolic conditions. They had no obesity, and they had no medical conditions at all. So that is what was found. And so how do we apply this? How do we apply this to our population? I would say that if you keep a 4-hour gap in between meals, like you can have your breakfast by 8 a.m., have your lunch by 12 noon, which is your midday meal. So your majority of your calories you have around 12 o'clock. You can have a moderate breakfast at 8 o'clock, your major lunch at between 12 and 1, and have a light snack maybe at 4 o'clock in the evening, and your dinner by 8 o'clock. And I don't think this is difficult, 8 to 8. So you have a feeding cycle of 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And after 8 p.m., of course, they did not eat food. So there is fasting from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m., which means 12 hours you rest your digestive system. You don't eat food at that point, so that all the repair work takes place in the night. Your body is detoxifying, it is building immunity, it is correcting your tissues. There's lots of work that happens when you allow your body to rest and not keep feeding constantly.